This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, load balancer means in the olden days, everyone in the world used to use load balancer. I'm talking about in 1992, 1993 also. But what is load balancer? You need to create one server or you need to buy the hardware which is required. You need to install the softwares, you need to add it, you need to monitor, you need to configure and all those things. Very old days, I was working on a concept called as Oracle, bought that company, but it is called as WebLogic. WebLogic softwares used to provide those kind of capabilities, application server, web server kind of a capabilities where you can redirect and all these things. You don't require that very old legacy. Okay, you don't require that. Okay, okay, are you able to understand, right? So you don't require that legacy. Now, if you talk about a load balancer, what is the meaning of a load balancer? Okay, you go to AWS, click one button. AWS will provide you hardware. AWS will your required softwares are installed. You can come up and say, sir, I need 2 servers in this load balancer. Add 2 servers. You have 2 servers. Sir, I need 4 servers. 4 servers are added. So what is happening? People will hit the load balancer. Load balancer request will go to server number 1, 2, 3, 4. Distributing. What are the advantage of this part? What are the advantages? What are the advantages and disadvantage? What is the advantage, sir? Anyone?
Load balancer also fails, then
No. Yes. So you have a load balancer. People, external people are hitting the load balancer, and now you will go for application in server number 1, application server number 2, application server number 3, application server number 4. You register all these 4 servers into the load balancer. What is the advantage? Let us take an example. Now 50,000 people log in here. So what is happening? Here one request, here one request, here one request, here one request. Equally distributing. Equally distributing is called as, write it down, is called as a round robin method. When you are playing, what do you call it as, cards? When you play cards, what do you do? If 4 people are there, what do? You equally distribute the card to 4 people, right? That is called as round robin. Here also, generally the load balancer algorithm, what it will use it, if 5 request comes, it will send 5 requests to one each to each server. So if 4 servers are there, one request 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, it will go and send it equally distributed. What is the advantage? Let us take an example. Tomorrow this server is not working because of what problem? Motherboard problem. So what is happening? There is no need to worry. Load balancer, you are hitting the load balancer. Load balancer will send a request here, here, and here. Because the 4th server is not working, it will not send. In the background, what is happening, sir? In the background, it will perform. What is that? Health checks. Write it down. Health checks, important. So in generally, any person in the world, okay, create a load balancer. In AWS also, we are trying to create a load balancer. I'll create a load balancer. Very simple, sir. Today I'll create a load balancer. Okay, today I'll create a load balancer. Today I'll create a load balancer. So what do? Load balancer, and you have multiple application servers. You will create it, and it uses a round robin method. In the background, without your knowledge, let's take an example. Dikshit is there. I want to generally check Dikshit is sleeping or not in the class. What should I do if I want to find out whether Dikshit is sleeping or not? What should I do? Regularly, every 5 seconds, I have to say, hey, no, he is not sleeping. Okay. So what should I do in the background? So that is what even the load balancer checks. This server is not working, right? Then if this server is not working, how the load balancer will do? Load balancer every 1 second will send a signal to 1, 2, 3, 4 servers and say, hey, how are you, man? If that person is sleeping, will it respond? Okay, or as an example, the same thing, I want to check 1, 2, 3, 4 people are sleeping. Every 5 seconds, I'll say, hey, hello man, hello man, hello man, hello man. If they're responding well, they're not sleeping. The same thing in the background AWS is doing. AWS load balancer is performing health checks on the application server. Any of the server is not working. If he's sleeping, I'll say hello, he will not respond, then I'll think Dikshit is sleeping. In the similar way, if this server is not responding, load balancer senses this server is in danger. So next time anyone in the world are clicking, if the signal is not send it to here, it will send it to 1, 2, and 3 servers only. In this way, even business continuity happening. The end user is clicking the application and he doesn't know whether the server number 4 is working, 3 is working. He clicks on it, everything is working for him. This is the way you get high availability. To achieve high availability, people will go for what is that? Load balancer. What is high availability? If one server is not working, in previous case, we created one server, our business becomes 0. Now, if this server is having a problem, will your business become zero? Other servers are taking care. So I get high availability. Is it clear, right? And tomorrow you may come up and say, sir, if this load balancer is not working, what is that one? That is taken care by AWS. AWS will come up and say, don't worry, please write it down. ELB. ELB is provided with SLA, service level agreement. What is that? 99.99% they provided. What is the meaning of 99.99%? Seniors, high availability. What AWS Elastic Load Balancer provides? SLA, service level agreement. What is the meaning of an SLA, guys? What is the meaning of SLA? Yes, like SLA means AWS is providing a set of promises for you. You are saying, hey, load balancer, I believe in you. So how many times your website, your load balancer will work? He will say in percentage, 99.99%. Sir, what is the meaning of 99.99%? Yes, sir. Okay. What is the meaning of good? What is the meaning of 99.99%? Okay, so let's go for it. What is the meaning of a 99.9? What is the meaning of if AWS is providing 99.99%? Okay, means what? On a daily level, your load balancer will not work, will not work for 8.6 seconds. It's okay. So suddenly load balancer is not working for 5 seconds in the total day. You cannot put a case to AWS because AWS has provided not 100%. What is that? 99. On a weekly basis, what is the meaning of load balancer may not work? 1 minute. On a monthly basis, 4 minutes. On a total 1 month, if your load balancer is not working for 3 minutes, don't ask AWS. AWS, what is that? On a yearly basis, what is that? Let's take an example, 1 hour. Total 1 year. Your load balancer will not work for 1 hour, which is good, right? So this is the way your 99 SLA, service level agreement, sir. SLA, they will provide you 99.99%. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear, right? So in terms of timing and everything, they provided, they will create a load balancer, they will take care of the health, they're providing the hardware, everything they're providing, very happy. Only you need to pay. Is it clear? So let us go into the AWS load balancer. There are 4 types of load balancer. Whatever load balancer which I explained you right now is a very old load balancer. Classic load balancer I explained you. Now what is this classic load balancer? Classic load balancer is deprecated. Means what? What is deprecated? Gone. No one will use it. But they just kept it. The last day of using classic load balancer is August 15th, 2022. But what is the date today? December, it's coming into January 1st, right? It's already deprecated. Why it is deprecated? Let's go for it. Abba, my, what is that? Oh, not this one. Okay. Okay. So let me show you. When you talk about, what is this topic? Load balancer. When you talk about a load balancer, let us create a load balancer. You have 1, 2, and 3, and in black and white color, what is that? Classic load balancer. Okay, classic load balancer. It is getting deprecated. It is gone case, sir. If you suddenly see, what is the meaning of a deprecation? I believe in this one. It's available here, man. I'll create it. After 2 days, AWS in the entire world will come up and say, I am deleting classic load balancer in next hour. Delete it. You can't put a court case against AWS. Why? He already provided last day for using this one is what? August 15, 2022. He already clearly mentioned this one 7 or 8 months back. Last day, last day, last day, last day, last day. Still he is keeping here. What is the reason? There would be hundreds of customers who would have used this one and not yet migrated into the latest version. So that is the reason he've kept it. One day he will do it. That's what we are doing. I am doing. I'm working in, okay, there is a Azure product called as CSES. That is nothing but, okay, extended support. Okay, worker role and backer role and everything, and we have provided September 23rd 2023 is the last day for using classic, and we are doing migration right now. Is it clear? Right? So that is called as classic load balancer. I'll go and create you, help you out classic load balancer. This is classic load balancer. Pretty straightforward. What is this load balancer? People will hit this load balancer. I will register application server number 1 and 2, and if you people 50 people are hitting, 25 requests will go here, 25 requests goes here. Round robin methodology, pretty simple. This load balancer, sir, why are you calling this one as a classic load balancer? This is a very good load balancer, right? No, it's not an advanced load balancer. Advanced load balancer supports much more good capabilities. Much more good capabilities. We will talk about and when we go for application load balancer. This is a classic load balancer. Very simple, sir. Write it down. Classic load balancer is an old load balancer. Write it down, maybe this one. Write it down, this one. And it supports HTTP, HTTPS, and TCP. Did I explain you what is TCP, UDP, and ICMP? Yes? Yes or no? No?
No, sir.
How many people say yes or how many people say no? Did I explain you TCP, UDP, and ICMP?
No, sir.
No.
No. No.
Sure? Hey, don't be like that, man. Tell me surely.
Sure,
Okay,
sure,
so
sure.
prepare it. Okay, fine. I'll explain you today. Not a problem, because a TCP concept comes into picture, right? We'll go for it. So classic load balancer is very old one. Very old one. But actually it is, sir, what is classic load balancer? This is a diagram. Write it down. Very simple. You will go and create EC2 instance 1, 2, 3, 4. More than 2, more than 1 you will create. That is 2 minimum. Generally you will create it and add this all the application server to what is that? Load balancer. Any person in the world will hit a load balancer. Load balancer will request send, will be sending to 1, 2, 3, 4. Very simple. Load balancer uses what methodology? Round robin methodology. You have application server which you install in EC2 instance. Simple application, simple classic load balancer or a load balancer. This is the one. Let me create that one and showcase to you. Any questions anyone has? I'll help you out in health check. I'll create it pretty simple. Today, easily we should create a classic load balancer, but tomorrow's class is very important, sir. Not important, very important. Application load balancer. They ask any questions, you don't answer one question also, they will not select you. Because 99% of the world will use application load balancer, or 95% of the people use application load balancer. 5% of the people will use network load balancer. Now it's classic load balancer is gone, right? Zero now. But let's go and understand what is classic load balancer. What is a load balancer? Okay, online people, anyone has any questions, sir? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. And for the
Yes,
people, classroom people, please be careful. When you're coming into the class in the morning, be careful. Don't come in a hurry. Even 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes you're late, that's not a problem. This class, if you miss this class, I'll explain you the 100 times in the next classes. Yesterday I've seen one accident. Today I've seen one accident. Today I've seen one major accident. I felt very bad. Yesterday there was an accident for one woman and she got some cut here. So I felt so bad, especially women getting an accident in the morning. I felt so bad yesterday. And today I saw one young guy, something like that. One young guy, I think he should be 17 years, 18 years. Okay, here is one cut and here is one broken finger. So I felt so bad. All the traffic and everything came into picture. I felt like, don't do all this. If you're late, if you feel like you're drowsy, you can't drive, don't come to the class. It's okay. Class, if today's class is not there, tomorrow will. The day before yesterday, have you seen, right, what happened to Gachi in Gachibowli or anything? Have you seen? That is just half kilometer from my house. 6 people terribly killed, 6 or 4 or someone, I don't know. It's a big accident. Take care of yourself. Classes will come and classes will go. Slowly come as an example, and then first of all, you can get a very good job when you are alive. Okay, so be careful on that one. So take it very, very seriously. Seeing a woman with lot of blood, I felt so bad. I have a 10-year-old daughter, so I was baffled yesterday with that. Not having any peaceful mind yesterday seeing that one. And today one more case. Okay, so be careful on that. So let's go and create it, sir. So classic load balancer, just very simple. I'll go and create a classic load balancer. So before classic load balancer, can you tell me, sir, before classic load balancer, what should I have? What is these things? Yeah, that means I need to create some EC2 instance with application install in it. So let's go and create the prerequisite first. Let's go and make sure we have an application servers running on it. So what I will do, let's see here, whatever we have it here. So let's go to the EC2 instance, and I have, this is Linux, this is Windows system. One Windows system. What I'm doing, I'm starting. Let it start. Is it clear, sir? One, I need 2 servers, right, to provide a demo. So let me go and create another EC2 instance. Another EC2 instance, Windows systems, anything you want to go for it. Second server. Okay, I would like to go for Windows because my system is Windows. Anything I can take it, sir. Windows, Linux, anything, but generally 2 application servers should be similar. Instance type, I'm selecting pretty straightforward, t2.small. This server, key pair is equal to same. What is that? Server all. Network is equal to edit, make it 8 a.m. Subnet, let's go and choose one. Public subnet. Okay, public IP address is enabled. I'm making sure, sir, 3389 port number is open for anyone. I'm going to add another security group, and my application will run on what port number? But generally, what is the port number of HTTP? 80.
80.
Basic question, sir. If you don't answer this one, basic questions. I want my RDP to be open only to me. Me means only this IP address. And anyone in the world should hit, what is that? Anyone in the world, where did I go and create? Anyone in the world will go and hit, what is that? Port number 80, www.google.com. Who can access this one? Anyone in the world. So I'll go and create it like this one. I need only 1 GB, 30 GB. Advanced networking. Do I want any advanced networking? Let me paste the user data. Just paste my user data because IAS will automatically install. Where is that? User data, user data. Okay, copy, Control A. So copy it, go below, paste the user data. I want to paste the user data. IAS is installing here, and it will say, welcome to 7 a.m. I'm just for you. Okay, I'm adding something here. Welcome to Dikshit, so that you get an idea whether I'm pasting correct one or not. And one server I want to launch it, 8 a.m. everything I selected. Let's go and click on launch. So how many servers we have? 2 servers. Wantedly, what I'm doing for our demo purpose, we need to go and I want to demonstrate. What is this one? Round robin means what? Equally spread, right? Wantedly, what in this server I provided hello. Okay, wantedly in this server I provided hello. What is that? Dikshit. So if 20 people click on the refresh, what will happen? One page should display, what is that? Hello. Another page should display for demonstration of what is that? Actually, in generally, both the application server will have exactly the same to same content. For our demo, I just mentioned hello Dikshit. So let's see, sir. Two servers are there. This server is launching. Let it launch. Now let us go to the load balancer. How easy to create it? Load balancing creating. I think 2008 creating a web sphere, configuring and adding. I think it will take 8 hours, including creating a server and everything. 8 to 9 hours. It is 8 seconds. Create a load balancer, select your classic load balancer, create a classic load balancer, which VPC, select your VPC. Now please write it down. Please write it down. Okay, please write it down. Load balancer is divided into two types. Load balancer is divided into two types. Load balancer is divided into two types. What are the two types? Write it down. Load balancer, nothing but internet facing load balancer. Write it down. Internet facing load balancer, in the bracket public. Internet facing load balancer, bracket public. Second one, internal facing load balancer, bracket private. There are two types of load balancer you require. Sir, let me explain you this one. Important, sir. In any load balancer, internet facing load balancer, internal facing load balancer, in the bracket private load balancer. Okay, what is the meaning of this one? Sir, can you tell me who is this guy? User. Okay, and he is able to hit, what is that? So this user, he is hitting this load balancer. How he is able to hit? He is coming from where? Ah, very good. What is that? He is hitting through what is internet? In the first day, what did I say to you?
Anyway.
Public. So public, so internet. So what is the meaning of a public? As I said, any person who's coming through internet, who's having internet, is called as a public. This guy, so I am sitting, this guy is Kumar, I am sitting in kelly.com with internet. I am able to hit directly this load balancer, because this load balancer, when you create it, I am assigning, what is that? Yes, public IP address. That is the reason anyone from who is having internet is able to hit this one, public IP address. So what is the meaning of a public load balancer? That means internet facing. Any person through internet can come. Basically, that is the reason we call it as internet facing load balancer. Okay, and people call it as, in a general scenario, people will call it as a public load balancer. It's a public load balancer because it is assigned with public IP address. Now he will come up and say, sir, that load balancer is there. No, sir, that load balancer should be only accessed within my network, not outside. Only my company people should hit the load balancer, not outside. So what do you assign? You don't assign public IP address, you will assign private IP address. So we call that one as private load balancer. That is internal facing. Outside people cannot hit the load balancer, it will not work. Within the network, it will work like your private server. Is it clear, right? Public IP address, public load balancer, private IP address, private load balancer. The names got changed in load balancer in AWS. Internet facing load balancer, internal facing load balancer. Which one you want to know? Go, it is your wish. Now you want, Dikshit will come up and say, sir, my company asked to create a load balancer inside. Okay, then you will go and select this one like this. No, I want generally load balancer to be public. Uncheck this. Is it clear? Okay, so you go and create, you generally go and create a classic load balancer, select your VPC, public load balancer or private load balancer. Now, what is your load balancer port number and protocol? What is your load balancer port number and protocol? And what is your actual application port number and protocol? It is asking. So it can be like this one only, sir. It can be like this one. So it's actually an additional protocol. The end user will go and click on http:// loadbalancer.com. He will, and by default port number is what is that? 80. So the request will go and hit what is that? Load balancer, and load balancer has what is that? And what you are allowing right now? 80. So the request people are coming through port number 80, but load balancer will send a request to what is that? Application server, right? These both application servers are working with application is installed in what port number? 8080. You can go for it. This port number 8080, these customers doesn't know. They will only hit what is that? And load balancer, if it receives 80, it will transfer the request here with what is that? 8080. So that is this page. Is it clear, right? It is asking what is your load balancer port number and protocol. What is your application port number and protocol? Is it clear, right? If you come up and say, my application is port number 8080, then go and change it here, port number 8080. Right now, I'm providing by default, both the servers are having 8080 only. So that is there. Very good. Now this is important. It is asking you to select subnet. It is asking you to subnet. I request you, you should never in your life, and I'll explain you this one only once, not twice. In application load balancer also I'll help you out. Is it a correct architecture? Can anyone tell me? If one server is not working, another server is working, right? Is it a correct architecture? Is it a correct architecture? Yes? No, sir. You should ask one more questions before I ask, is it a correct architecture? There should be one more question from your side. Your architecture should be always like this one. I am creating a load balancer. Server number 1 is not working. Server number 2 is working. But if I create this application server in availability zone A, and I'll create this application server in availability zone A, tomorrow availability zone A is having a problem. How many servers will work? 0. Why? Both the servers are kept in same availability zone. This is the bad architecture. So the good architecture is whenever you're creating, create a server in A, another server create in B. This is a good architecture. Is it clear, right? Very, very important. Tomorrow suddenly availability zone A is having a problem. Server number A will not work, but B will work. Is it clear, right? So that is the reason it is asking. Please select which subnet. This subnet is present in availability zone A. Wantedly, I created one more server, right? There's no, I created in this one. One server is already present in availability zone A. I created another server in availability zone B. Wantedly. Why? For high availability. Not only we are providing high availability, when availability zone is also having a problem, we should support it. So I'll select this availability zone. Maybe I'm selecting like this availability zone. I'm just taking an example. Just take an example. Is it clear, right? Public load balancer. This one I'm selecting. To availability zone A and B. Click on next. It is asking, please create a security group for a load balancer. I mentioned every person in the world will hit load balancer with what port number? 80. So automatically it will come up and say 80. 80, what is that? It should be open for anyone in the world. Is it clear, right? Anyone in the world. That is very simple. Click on next. Click on next. Now tell me, what is this? What is this? What is this? Top one. Configure health check. What is the meaning of health check? I said. What is health check? Load balancer will regularly go and check it out. Are server number 1 and 2, are you working or not? It will perform it, right? So please write it down. Lot of people will get confused here. I don't know why. I can remove that confusion, sir, because especially an interview I'll ask, they'll say like something, they'll go very simple, sir. Sir, what is meant by this health check? Load balancer regularly will send a signal to the server which you added, right? Server number 1 and server number 2. It will send a signal to check what is that, whether the two servers are working or not. If it is not working, it will not send a signal to that system. That is called as health check. Pretty straightforward. Now I have an SAP application here and SAP application here. Very good, sir. Now how the load balancer will know server number 1 and 2 are working? So what it will do? Please write it down. Load balancer every, what is this one? What is this one? every 30 seconds. Every value is editable. I don't want 30 seconds. I want to make it every 10 seconds. You can change it. Load balancer every 30 second will send this signal to server number 1 and server number 2. What is that? It will send a signal. Your both the applications are working with what port number? 80. It will send a HTTP port number 80. Sir, in my application there is nothing called as there is no index.html. If that is there, remove this one. Don't remove slash. Don't remove slash. So what is that? Load balancer. Load balancer every 30 seconds is sending a signal to two systems or any system which is added. What is that? HTTP 80 slash. Hey, are you alive? Hey, are you alive? So both the servers are working with port number 80. It will send a signal every 30 seconds. Now, whether these guys are sleeping or not, how do I know? I should get a response. Sir, I'm sir. Yes, sir. Tell me. Then I'll fund, right? So I'll say every 30 seconds, how are you? Using this signal. And you have to respond within, what is that? Response time is, what is that? Arey yaar. What is that response time? You have to respond within 5 seconds. I'll look for you. I'll give you 5 seconds, respond it. Respond is okay, Dikshit, it's not sleeping. Then after what is that? And this 30 seconds is forever until the load balancer is deleted. Every 30 seconds, because it has to regularly check. Anytime the server will not work, right? Anytime. Regularly, every 30 seconds, the load balancer will send a signal and it is responding, looking for a response. Now, when should I consider? Let's take an example. I am a load balancer. These two servers are added to the load balancer. How do I consider server number 1 and 2 are healthy, man? External people hit me. Now I can confidently send my request to server number 1 and 2. How do you know? When this passes 10 times. Is it clear? Healthy threshold 10 times. So Dikshit is there. Every 30 seconds say, hey Dikshit. He will say, I'm sir, good sir. Hey Dikshit. Hey Dikshit, 10 times. Then I'll get a confidence, Arey, Dikshit is not sleeping. But I will make Dikshit as a healthy server. But every, what is that? 30 seconds I'll go to check him. Hey Dikshit, even if he's responding also, I'll check it out. And if it continuously passes 10 times, I will consider that server has, what is that? Healthy threshold. That means healthy is healthy. Now anyone hit me, I can forward confidently to him. Now Dikshit is working 6 hours, 8 hours, anyone is hitting, I'm sending it. Suddenly Dikshit server is having a motherboard problem. Will it work? After 30 seconds, what I will do? Hey Dikshit, how are you? Will he respond? No. I will wait for, what is the next one? So I will give him chance. What is that? 2 times. Now he is not responding. Why is not responding? Let me try once again. Hey Dikshit, not responding. If he 2 times not respond, I'll consider him as unhealthy. This server is not. So anyone hit me, I will send it to that server, not to him. And in the background, continuously I'll check whether Dikshit is online. Both are continuous procedure is this one to find out healthy or unhealthy. Clear, guys? Online people clear? Online people, classroom people clear? Please let me know if you have any questions. Everything is editable. I can come up and say not 5 seconds, 4 seconds, change it. Interval 30 seconds. No, sir, let's go and make it 60 seconds. You are the owner for changing all the values there. But you need to set, because the load balancer is performing health checks on the systems. Clear? Yes or no? Anyone has any questions, please let me know. Because if this, how do you know the server is faulty? You will know next session. Next this one. I click on next and I click on next. We'll talk about it. And you get that option available and wait for it. CloudWatch, actually you're talking about CloudWatch, but I'll give you the answers of today only, now only. Any questions, anyone?
Hi Kumar, Yugundhar here. See, load
Yes, sir.
balancer can support the different applications, OS application server. One is for Windows, one is for the another Linux.
Generally, no one in the world will create like this one. All the application servers should be very similar, sir. All the application servers should be very similar. That means when you are installing an SAP application, Your application server, if it is Windows Server 2012, all the application server should be Windows Server 2012, similar SAP application, similar configuration, similar RAM, because the request has to sending into different direction to, okay. So all the servers should be similar. Now you come up and say, no, I will not do like this one. I will create one application on port number 80 on Linux, and I will go and create another server in Windows port number 80. You add it, it will work. But generally, that is not the correct way. Is it clear, right? The kernel level design in Windows is different. The kernel level in Linux, it is different. So now you want to come up and say, sir, 2 servers I'll create. Linux system, I want to add it, sir. It will work. But that's not the correct way. Got it, sir?
Yeah, and one more question. Say I did my health checkup in the just now in the previous second, and it was good. Okay, and the when I build this the request, and I'm supposed to send to the that whatever the health checkup I done for the application server one, the next second it is down.
No.
So
You
how
have
will
a,
know that?
I will provide you exactly whatever you are providing. That demo also I'll provide you today. Okay, load balancer is very clever. Not only it is performing health check, sir, in the background on a second level, it is doing ping test also. I'll exactly whatever you provided, exactly I'll provide a demo in front of you today now. Next second it is down, right? Load balancer will not fail. The request will be perfectly working. Is it clear, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Sir,
provide you a demo also.
sir, one doubt. Is there any downtime for load balancer as well?
That's what I said, you right. Load balancer downtime is what? SLA, what AWS is providing you.
99
1 hour
point.
in a year.
Yeah, it's like SLA. They are providing 99.99% is high availability of a load balancer. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. So my response time is 5 seconds. I'm changing this one to 10 seconds. Healthy threshold. When should I consider healthy? If it is passes for 10 seconds, I'm writing this one. I click on next. And what is this one now? What is this one? Now I should add to the load balancer how many instance? I'll select the 2 systems, and I created in which availability zone? I created B and B. Yeah, this is wrong. Generally, you should not create B and B. That's fine. I'm selecting. I recommend you to go and create everything in like different availability zone. It should not be this one. In application load balancer, it would have not allowed also. That is the advantage of application load balancer. But don't worry. So you go and click on next. Add your tags. Name is equal to ELB servers. Add 50 tags, whatever you want. Review. Ready. And then what do you do? 1, 2, and 3. That's it. Done. Load balancer is created in 1 second. Done. Load balancer is created. Now tell me, will load balancer will work when you go and click on now load balancer when you create it, right? It's a public load balancer. Go to the load balancer. AWS has provided already. What is that? DNS name. When you go and click on the URL, now see, people will hit this one, right? That is this load balancer name. Will it work when I click on http:// classic load balancer? This name, will I click on it? Will it work or it will not work? It will not work. Why? What did I say? In the background, what it is doing? Health checks. If consecutive 5 times Dikshit is healthy, then only it will make this server is there. See here, created a load balancer, but what did it say? How many systems passed? Because in the background, it will check how many times. Whatever health check I mentioned, I changed the value to 5. So 5 into 10 times, 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds it will check. So 50 seconds, 5 times that 2 servers has to pass. Then only it will come up and say, Array, you hit me, right? Then I can forward to this one. Right now, I'm not confident on these 2 servers. You hit me, I will not send it to anyone. So if these 2 servers wait for 1 minute of time and then slowly again you refresh it. Now, how many passed? Why? 5 times load balancer send, hello Dikshit, how are you? First time he passed, man. Hey, 5 times he passed and say like, oh, this server is healthy, and 1 pass. And that server also he tested. 2 server responded 5 with port number 80, then 2 out of 2 systems are ready. Now you can hit. Wantedly, what did I do? What did I do? How do you demonstrate round robin? I'll copy this name. I'll copy this name. You go back and type http:// and port number of load balancer is what? 80. There is no need to mention. When I click on first time, it is saying this is, it went into the first server. This is a default page. In the second server, what do you have? Welcome to 7 a.m. Welcome to Dikshit is there, right? Now you see, sir, refresh button. What will happen? Continuously people are hitting the request. I'll click on F5. Now you see. Now where it went? Where it went? When I refresh it, where it is going? When I refresh, where it is going? Is it clear? Now you can also try, sir. You can also try. Online people, I'm sharing this one. You can try. So where is this page? Where is this chat window? Just click on it and start and let me know whether it is working or not. Now this is the beauty of refreshing. See, one server here, 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 one server here. Is it, are you able to understand the round robin methodology? So 2 servers are there. Generally 2 pages will be same to same, so that the customer doesn't know where it is clicking. This is called as classic load balancer round robin method. Anyone has any questions? Is it clear? See, I'm clicking some 70-80 times. See here, sir. And the beauty, I'll tell you. And I'll tell you, he has one questions, right? We'll answer his questions. And other people, online people, let me know. Suresh has confirmed it's working. Other people, it's working. All over the world, I created a website. All over the world, anyone in the world can click on it and it works fine.
Kumar, for
Is
me
it
it is same application server loading for twice.
Just click on, sir. Refresh, sir. Refresh, sir. If you click on it, refresh it. F5, 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 F5.
And Kumar, this is Ramarao. Even the
Yes, sir.
server configurations also should be same, because to get the same experience.
Absolutely, it has to be exactly same to same. You create 10 application server and add it to the load balancer. 10 application configuration, server configuration, application configuration, exactly same to same.
Otherwise, it will lead to different experience each time,
Yes,
right?
sir. Absolutely correct. One server, let's take an example. You created one server which is 16 GB, another system 1 GB. So what will happen? Tell me. One request will be fast, another request will be. So that's a bad bitter experience, right? That is the reason they expect to have the same configuration, same thing. Is it fine? Now, one of the friend has asked the question, sir, what happened? 1 second it worked fine, and second server it did not find. See, sir, for your demo, you see the beauty of load balancer. 2 systems are there. One system, server number 2. This is the server number 2. By mistake, something happened. And server number 2, what happened? By mistake, something happened. Now you see, I stopped it. Now there is no need to worry. Now you go and click on, it went into server number 1. I'm clicking F5. It will go to server number 1, server number 1, server number 1, server number 1, server number 1 only. Is it clear? Why? In the background, AWS will do ping test also. It will go every second, it will do a ping test, and that server is not working. Then it will come up and say, forget about the application, man. server itself is not working, so it will only send it to server number 1. Is it clear, sir? Someone has asked the question. Is it clear? I refresh it, it's only going to server number 1. Clear?
Yes, Kumar. Yeah.
Yes.
Any questions, anyone on the load balancer? Very important topic. I provided a demo to create 2 servers. I provided health checks. I provided a round robin methodology, and I deleted 1 server. For his questions, I will not answer for his question. He said like server number 1 is not working. We should know, right? Server number was working. We'll talk about that one in a separate AWS service. But if you go back and see here, how many times people click on load balancer, sir? How many people hit my load balancer? How many people? How many times I click on refresh? That means hitting the load balancer. How many times? 50, 40, 60. Dikshit will come up and say tomorrow he'll create a website. How many people are hitting my website? 10 people, 20 people and everything. No need to worry. Notification part, identification part is done through another AWS service called as, what is that? CloudWatch. And when you click on it, this is a load balancer. You refresh it and then just click on, what is this? Monitor. It is automatically clicking. Okay, it is automatically providing. I think I hit, all the people hit 70 times it went. And then people are not hitting. So it dropped to 25, then 30, then it will become 0. Number of requests hitting my load balancer is this one. Is it clear? And sir, when you click on the website is responding in how many milliseconds? Okay, so do you remember we created one server, yes or no? And another 2 servers we created. Suddenly what happened? One server was not working. How many healthy servers? How many unhealthy servers? If you wait for 2 more minutes, see, it is dipping because one server is not working, right? 2 servers were working, one server is not healthy, it will go down. All the reports, HTTP4 request, latency, all the estimated load balancer consume, basically, okay, CPU units, how many consume, active connections, inactive connections, one shot, one go. Okay, and for your question, here is the answer. CloudWatch, we need to understand what is CloudWatch. That is a separate AWS service where you can specify notification when, what, and everything. You will get an idea in next 5 days. Any questions online, people? Is it clear? How do you create a classic load balancer? How do you go for it? How do you create a classic load balancer? How do you delete a classic load balancer? It is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And tomorrow he will come up and say, sir, I want to change health checks. You can click on it and you can, what is this one? Edit the health check. How many instances are added to the load balancer? 2. How many are working? So 2 are added, 1 is working, 1 is not working. Is it clear? What are the properties of this one? When you go for it, you have very neatly properties. Internet facing load balancer, it is a classic load balancer. DNS name, hosted zone, we'll talk about Route 53, how many servers are working, which VPC. This is what, let's go for tomorrow. Not tomorrow, let's go and create application load balancer and then talk about a very important, write it down and make it a star mark, stickiness. And especially this topic is for developers. Stickiness concept.
Sir, you said 4 types of load balancer, right? So we
Yes,
have
sir.
seen only cloud load balancer for now.
No,
And
sir.
there are
We have
3
seen only classic load balancer, not cloud. Classic load balancer.
classic load balancer and
Yes.
gateway and application. And what is another one, sir?
Network load balancer. Okay. Fine. Anyone has any questions?
So application load balancer is the most useful thing nowadays.
Application load balancer and the network load balancer are the use. Gateway load balancer, 0.01% people will use it. It has created 6 months back only. Even I don't know how to create a gateway load balancer because it is basically on your network level. Any person in the world, you remember, right? There is a gateway. And if the gateway is down, what do you do? Gateway load balancer, you want to go for it, people will go, you can go for it. So that is, even I did not create a gateway until now because it's created 5 months back only. It should be in GA state right now. But network load balancer and application load balancer, I'll create an application load balancer tomorrow and showcase to you. Then the homework is you need to create a network load balancer. Same, both application load balancer, network load balancer. Application load balancer is layer number 7, network load balancer layer number 3. That's it. Anyone has any questions? How do you delete your classic load balancer? How I created a classic load balancer in similar way. You select this system, click on action, and then what do you do? One button, click on delete. Thank you very much. That's it. 1 second, deleted. Okay, sir, I have EC2 instance, sir. Those things are children. Do you want to create it or you want to stop them? What do you want to do? Sir, I want to delete them, stop them. You can do it. Very simple. Create it and delete it in seconds with the help of a load balancer capabilities. Is it clear, guys? Anyone has any questions? So what is meant by classic load balancer? Very simple, sir. I went and created a classic load balancer. This is a classic load balancer. In the security group, I opened port number 80 and I created one EC2 instance where you had one application server. I created another EC2 instance where I installed application server. These two servers I registered to the classic load balancer. Any end user, let's take an example, K and Dikshit. K Kumar goes and hit it, it's going to server number 1. Dikshit hits it, it will go to server number 2. And in the background, AWS will perform health checks on this system. Pretty straight, pretty simple. Even this load balancer is so good. Man, what is this one? No. You need to understand the advancement of application which came up in 2009. Okay, so this is very good. Now, what is this application contains? What is this one? SAP. What is this application will contain? SAP. Yes or no? Now, what is the next level of a thing? Application load balancer. This is working super, sir. But now, what is this one? I go for it. What is this load balancer will use? What is that? So Kumar will go and click on, I want to go and hit SAP application. Kumar request will go here. It will go to which one? Again, Kumar will again click on, in that SAP, I want to click this one. The request will go. Where it will go now? CRM application. Array man, I don't want CRM application, man. I want SAP application to give. Fine. Classic load balancer is not the correct way. Classic load balancer is very blind. What is that? Round robin method.
Okay.
It will know you can only add. What is that? Now I don't want to add. I also want to go through a concept called as classic load balancer will not work. Welcome to tomorrow's topic. What is that?
Load
Application load balancer. Sir, I want to create one application normally, sir. I want to create an application like SAP and SAP. My business requirement is there like this one. So I'll go and create a classic load balancer. I don't request you to go and create a classic load balancer. Whatever you're doing here, right? Similar thing you can do it in application load balancer also. Application load balancer supports the same classic load balancer plus advanced features. That is the reason classic load balancer is deprecated. There is no need to you. He is having a requirement, sir. I want to create SAP and SAP, sir. My business requirement is simple. Go and create application load balancer. It supports that one also. Let's go and create it. Let's talk about first what is target group, what is application load balancer, how can you go for one is CRP, one is SAP advanced routing capabilities. Let's talk very deep. Don't miss tomorrow's class. Very, very important class. Is it clear? Don't miss tomorrow's class. Very, very important. I got an opportunity yesterday or day before yesterday. As I said you, I don't get time, sir. I did not went to office. My office, I went to office. No one was there in my office, Microsoft. So I took some paper and sit for 3.5 hours, written 200 AWS certification questions. My questions, what can be, where your mind can change it. I've written it. They'll provide you a paper now. 100 questions. I said you first print it down, then 100 questions I'll go and provide you. All are very, very confusing. Not for you. That is for 7 a.m., 8 a.m. people. Once you completed some 10 to 15 AWS services, then you can attend that questions. Is it clear, right? More and more questions. This total week I'm free. Today also I go to office, right? No one will be there. Today also I'll get it. I'll get a time and everything. I'll write it down. Questions. Fine. Okay. Okay, guys. Anyone has any questions? Online people, good, sir? Any questions? Anyone?
Yeah, very good.
Okay. Fine. Suresh, you need to refresh. I think 754. Okay, you already updated. That's fine. Okay, fine. So please do a practice on classic load balancer. Create 2 small application server. I would be very happy. Linux class started for you? No? If the Linux class is started, go and install Apache on Linux and create a load balancer and do 2 instead of Windows systems. Today or tomorrow, do Windows systems. When Linux training is completed, then go for Linux servers. Do all the practice what you require. Clear, guys? Okay, guys. Okay. Thank you.